Have you got a landscape image with a person in it that needs to be removed? For example, like this. Or maybe you've taken a photo of a fantastic lake like this with a person in it and you need to remove them like this. Well, if you stick around, I'll be able to show you how we can do that. Welcome to another Photoshop tutorial. I've made these videos to help people master Photoshop. Remember, you can download these photos that we're working on today in the box below. So let's get straight into the video. I'll start with this scene here where we've got this landscape scene and the model in the picture. Firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete this layer so it is exactly as the image that you'll be working on is. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come up to our Select tab up here and we're going to select Subject. Now what Photoshop will do is it'll analyze the scene and it will identify where the person is. It's normally quite good at this, and there it is. It's done a fairly good job of identifying the person. Now what we need to do is use a tool called Content Aware Fill. So in order to do that, we need to go up to the Edit box, and then we need to come down here and we need to get Content Aware Fill. We go ahead and click that, and what will happen is Photoshop will open a dialog box and it will ask us for some parameters. So what it's done is it's decided this green area is the sampling area that it's going to look for material to fill in the space where this girl currently is. And this is the output that it's going to produce. So you can play with these parameters if you wish, but generally Photoshop's quite good at it. We're going to ignore this slight outline and we're going to show you how to correct that in a moment. I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing, so I need to come down here to say how this is going to be outputted. Now what we're going to do is we're going to actually put it into the current layer. Then we're going to go ahead and hit OK. And what Photoshop's done is it's grabbed all this material from around the edges and it's placed its content aware fill this area. We've still got our marching ends, so we need to get rid of them by going Command and D or going Selection and Deselect. So I've got rid of my edges, my selection, and now I need to sort out my edges. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to my tool palettes over here on the right, and I'm going to choose the Spot Healing Brush, shortcut J. Now we can change the size of this brush by obviously going up here and changing the brush size, but what I prefer to do is use the angle brackets next to the Enter key. Left and right makes my brush bigger and smaller. So we want to brush about this size, and what we're going to do is if you look on the screen, when I click the scene, what it does is it very carefully, Photoshop analyzes the scene around, and what it's doing is it's getting rid of what's in the middle of the scene. So we just take our time and go around here, and Photoshop actually does a very good job of correcting this here. So just go through like that and just take your time, and when you're finished it will almost be impossible to see that there was a person over there. So that's the first example, and now we're going to go ahead and come to the second example over here. So the first thing I'm going to do is exactly as before. I'm just going to delete this layer so it appears exactly as you will see it when you open this file and start working on it. So it's the same process. We need to select the person. There's a number of ways of doing that, but in this instance I'm going to again go back to my selection and go for subject, and I'm going to get Photoshop analyze the scene, and it again has done a really good job of doing this, putting my marching and selections around the model. Exactly as before, we're just going to go into Edit and we're going to go into Content Aware Fill. And Photoshop has analyzed the scene here and it reckons it's going to pick up material from all the way around here. This is the output that it's going to do. I'm happy with the output. I make sure my output options are currently the current layer, and I go ahead and hit OK. It's done a really good job of this, leaving the marching ants around the edge. I don't need those, so I'm going to Command and D to get rid of my marching ants. Exactly as before, I'm going to come over to my Spot Healing Brush, and I'm just going to go around and just blend it all in so it looks almost perfect. Just take your time and do this. And then the feet, Photoshop's going to struggle a little bit with the planks, but if you didn't know that there was a person there, you certainly won't know it now. If you have found this video useful, please could you like and subscribe. That way YouTube will alert you and you will not miss out on the next video tutorial that we post. Thanks for watching and see you next time.